Good morning, everybody. Today I will be presenting my thesis project titled Ecological Restoration of Shardara Drain and its Environs in New Delhi. An introduction about the site. The Shardara Drain was channelized in the year 1976. It was used to carry the flood water from the river Yamuna. Before that, it was used for transportation of goods. Since the past few decades, the condition of the canal has been continuously deteriorating and has now remained a mere sewage drain, as we can see in the pictures on the right. The site in the window is located in the eastern part of New Delhi, beyond the river Yamuna, and is surrounded by dense urban settlement. The aim of my project is to ecologically restore the Shardara drain and its environs. The reason for selecting this particular project is that one of our major rivers in India, the river Yamuna, is being largely polluted by Shardara drain. It is the need of the hour to protect its sanctity and to tap its sources of pollution. The project also aims to bring prosperity and human experience along the drain. In order to understand how similar projects have tackled the problem through design and innovation, three case studies have been carried out. First is the San Antonio Urban Stream Management in Texas. Second is the Najafgarh Drain in New Delhi. And the third is Barapulla Drain Development done by Oasis Design in New Delhi. All three cases have provided with techniques and ideas that can be implemented in my design proposal. After multiple site visits and collecting data from government organizations, a base plan was prepared with surrounding context. The pictures show the dilapidated condition of the drain and its surroundings. Topographical sections were cut throughout the site to understand lay of land and corresponding undulations along the drain. After that, analysis of natural layers was done. Here we can see the relief map. It shows the highest and lowest levels on the site, which is 220 and 200 above mean sea level respectively. On the right there is slope map. The site area is mostly flat with barely any degree of slope. It is deemed fit for all construction and design, and there is also no immediate need for slope stabilization or soil erosion control. This is the natural drainage pattern map of the site with stream orders. It clearly shows the natural flow in the direction of drain and subsequently into the river Yamuna. The map on the right shows the overall quality and quantity of the wastewater in the drain. The total volume of wastewater flowing in the drain is 110 million gallons per day as of 2011. According to predictions done by Delhi Jal Board, it is assumed to increase up to 126 million gallons per day by 2021. The five red circles on the map show the major point source of pollution. First is the Ghazipur landfill, which severely leaches the drain. Then there is Sahibabad and Loni drain carrying 200 million liters of wastewater per day. The third is outflow from Sanjay Lake and Kalyanpuri drain carrying 361.8 million liters per day. Fourth is the sewage from Chilla village and Trilokpuri of 8.8 million liters per day. And finally, Shadra supplementary drain of 19.2 million liters per day. The two blue rings on the map are the sewage treatment plants that are supposed to treat water from the drain and its surroundings. The overall quality of the water is poor with pH of 7.2, TDS of 1760, BOD of 33, TSS of 140, DO of 0.8, COD of 80, fecal coliform of 1.35. The WHO standards have been mentioned next to these qualities. After studying the natural layers, social and infrastructural components on the site were analyzed. This is the circulation map with blue and pink metro lines, Delhi Meerut Expressway and primary road networks of 90, 60, 45 and 30 meter width is shown in red, and secondary roads of 24 meter width are shown in purple. From this we can infer that the site is well connected from various parts of Delhi and Noida. Secondary and tertiary road network connects small villages internally, and it also acts as a separating boundary. Nearby metro stations can be used as entrance ways, and corridors of road layout can be utilized for movement and design. On the right is the activity mapping of the site and its immediate surroundings. The ring on the map are the locations of various important activities. They are color coded with corresponding pictures on the right and the type of activity. Broadly, these activities are garbage dumping ground of Ghazipur landfill, ghats on the Hindon River, shepherd herding, weekly roadside market, peddling of illegal drugs and its consumption, crop farming on the eastern floodplains of River Yamuna, and multiple mandis of flower, vegetables, fish, and poultry. Most of these activities are causing trouble in the user experience along the drain, and they need immediate mitigation. This is the land use map. The area is largely residential with occasional commercial and institutional buildings. There are various small-scale industries inside the residential complexes such as bleaching and cloth dyeing. The chemical effluents from these directly flow into the drain and pollute it. The map on the right shows the available open green spaces. These can be connected and used as a single free-flowing space for the purpose of recreation and urban open greens. The fragmented areas can be linked and used to our advantage while designing. After doing all the analysis, a synthesis map is made highlighting all the problematic zones that need immediate attention as well as ecologically sensitive open spaces. First is a leachate from Ghazipur landfill, then the buffer along the drain, the point sources of pollution, floodplain farming, and overflow connection of Sanjay Lake and Shadra. A comprehensive landscape development plan of the site is developed. The intent is to combine all the drains, swales, and Hindon Canal into one 50 to 80 meter wide and 2 to 4 meter deep stream, with at least 30-meter riparian buffer on either sides, planted with flood-tolerant, phytoremediating, rhizofiltrating, phytoextracting plant species. The surrounding fragments of green spaces are linked into one. The Ghazipur landfill is assumed to have been restored using phase-wise reclamation and converted into a rejuvenation park. Pedestrian walkways along the drain have been proposed for ease of movement since the current scenario lacks that. For user experience, a series of viewing decks and boardwalks have also been proposed from various entry points into the linear canal park. Zoomed in parts of the CLDP is placed on the right for further understanding. For further detailing, this extent of 200 acres has been chosen. It is shown in the key plan on the right with dashed pink window. The reason for selecting this is because a major part of wastewater from subsequent smaller drains fall into the main drain from this point. This site has high design potential because of the neighboring open spaces. This plan shows a more detailed CLDP of the site with floating islands as remediation tool for cleaning the water, proposed wetland parks, water treatment parks, and there is also a proposed movement of exclusive bicycle track, pedestrian zone and vehicular road in order to avoid chaos. A few sketches of how the point of view experience is going to be like after design, and a section of waterway edge along with floating island is shown here. A concept for design is shown in this plan. There are four major visions for this project, namely urban fringe, stakeholders, social outlook and urban ecology. Further, each of these will target four issues of design. The urban fringe will have promenades, responsive edges, microclimate and sense of place. Stakeholders will target cyclic routes, social structure, economy, and ecotourism. Social outlook will take care of equity, gender disparity, public participation, and shared resources. Lastly, urban ecology will include wetland treatment, waterfront development, natural habitat, and public parks. This is the master plan for the site. The waterway has sinuosity and is braided with floating islands. The buffer on both sides of the stream are designed as three-layered step terrace with different types of planting as colorful swarms of shrubs and social forests. Since the previous Indian river was used for religious rituals, ghats on the eastern end of the site have been designed to continue those activities, and a temple park with sacred groves in the background have been connected to the ghats. There are nature trails along the western edge of the stream for closer water experience. There is also a crossover boardwalk for going to the other side of the stream. Various linear parks, plazas, and promenades are also designed for social interactions. Zoomed in part plans are shown for further understanding the design intent. Finally, a planting strategy has been proposed for getting the most ecological benefit in cleaning the wastewater. The edges of water marked in red will be planted with slope stabilization species. After that, a strip of water edge species will be planted throughout. This is marked in blue. Afterwards, a green buffer and forest species will be planted for the step terrace that is marked in orange. Similarly, floating islands will be planted with species that are flood tolerant and provide aquatic habitat for fishes and other microorganisms marked in yellow, and a series of trees along walkways and roads will be planted for creating avenue and providing shade to the pedestrians, which is marked in green. This concludes my thesis project. Thank you.